You might remember on last week's show, we went one-on-one with the president of Reinke Manufacturing and Deshler and took you behind the scenes of their brand new robotics line. But our conversation did not stop there. Reinke is also deeply investing in community building and outreach throughout their communities. And on today's show, we're taking a look at how that work is making an impact. How do you find great employees and retain them?
Well, that's always a challenge, isn't it? But you're fortunate to be where we're at. Again, you got good, hardworking kids that are working on the farm a lot of times, and sometimes they want to stay on the farm, which is great. We love farmers, but sometimes they want to do something different. But they want to stay in a smaller area. We've had really good luck trying to find employees. We'll talk about engineers a little bit. We've had good luck trying to find engineers out of the University of Nebraska or out of K-State, because again, what ends up happening a lot of times, small town kids are going to those universities, earning their engineering degree, but then they want to go back to the small town. It may not be their hometown, but they want to go back to small town, much like what I did. And so that's how we find those folks. But we go to career fairs. We advertise hard to let people know that we're here, and we're very fortunate, though, to have a good, stable workforce where we're at. We've got over 50 people that have been with us for 25 years or longer.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's very impressive. Those guys, we owe a lot to those folks.
Well, not only do you all invest internally into the company, but also externally into the local communities that you serve. Talk about some of the ways, perhaps childcare or others, that you choose to reinvest in, why that's important.
Childcare, so we started doing this a few years ago in childcare. So the local daycares here, the in-home daycares, a lot of those individuals just starting to get a little older, and they were telling us that they were going to be retiring soon, and so we were getting concerned about that. And so us and Midwest Bank, we partnered with Midwest Bank, and we put a challenge grant together, and we raised money. So we put the challenge grant together, and if the local community could match it, then we donated the money to the child care. So a brand new building a building was renovated into a brand new building. It had been vacant for several years, and they renovated into a new child care center. And so it's open, it's being used, and that's fantastic. The other thing that we did is through the child care tax credit that the Nebraska legislature had put forth a couple years ago, we donated to every child care center and daycare in Thayer County. And the reason why we do that is because I would be willing to bet that every one of those child care centers or daycares has one of our employees' kids in it. And so it's important to us to be able to provide quality child care to those, to our employees. And so it's just an important thing for us to be able to provide, or else it creates hardships for our employees. Some of the other things that we do is we're very active in the schools in the area. So 15 years ago or so, Bryce, we started a welding program at Deshler High. And so what we do is we help them get welding equipment. They allowed us to drive their curriculum. So it's all around the American Welding Society. So we've been doing it for 15 years or so. Kids are going to school there. They're learning how to weld. They can come out here and work right away. They can get themselves certified in welding, and they can come to work for us right away. We send up one of our employees in to teach that class, so the school lets us do that. So we go in and teach the class. We also have Thayer Central, which is out of Hebron. They bring kids over and use this facility, and we teach that class. And then we also send an individual over to Superior, and they teach that class over at Superior High School. And so we're doing that every day. Every day of the school year, we're doing that. We also go in and we teach at the junior high level at Deshler Public. We teach hydraulics, we teach electrical, basic electrical, we teach CAD drawing, all those things. And again, those are our individuals going into the schools teaching that. A few years ago, then what we did too is at the Deshler facility where we have all the welding equipment, we started a summer program, because what we were getting people that were wanting to take the welding class at the high school level, but they live 30 miles away, and they just couldn't get the class schedules to coordinate well enough, because 30 miles away, then they come and take a class for an hour and then 30 miles back. Well, it's 2 hours out of their day, and they're missing English or something like that. So what we did is we started a summer program. And so we have like 8 to 10 schools that are sending kids in here during the summertime. It's like a 10-week course, and they take that class. And I just checked on this a couple weeks ago, and we're almost full. So we have almost 16 kids signed up for the summer again. And what we do to incentivize them is, if they go to class and they pass the test, we'll give them like a $500 stipend at the end. It's like a scholarship at the end. If they pass it, then they get the money. So obviously what we're trying to do is we're just trying to create workforce They may not come to work for us, but the more welders we can get in the area, that's better for us in the long run.
Well, let's pivot a little.